Hi guys, today I'm going to show you all the annual flowers that I'm going to be growing this summer. We're going to start here with the zinnias. Everybody who watches my videos knows that I might be a little bit obsessed with zinnias. If you have warm summers, they are super easy to grow. For the small amount of work that is required to grow them, there's really a big payoff. And if I have any footage of any of these varieties that I show you, I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what they look like. These two are Benarys Giant Wine. They're very beautiful. I grew them for the first time last year. This one is Uproar Rose. Then this is Benarys Giant Salmon Rose. This is one of my favorite varieties. It's a very light coral color, maybe a little on the peachy side. This one is Benarys Giant Deep Red. Benarys Giant Coral. This is another one of my favorites. Here I planted Benarys Giant Lilac, but the seeds haven't sprouted. They're probably not coming up at all at this point, but we'll see. These two entire cell packs here are Desert Sunset Mix. It's a mix of three or four different colors in the Benarys series. I'm not sure which ones. I'll put it up on the screen. In the last two cell packs here, I have Unicorn Mix. Back over here, I have a couple of more cells with Benarys Giant Salmon Rose. Then these two are Isabellina. These are a very light yellow, not like the super bright yellow that you usually see with zinnias. These two are Polar Bear, kind of self-explanatory. They're white zinnias. And this is, this whole little pack here is Button Box. These are China Asters. I've had a little bit of a hard time in the past getting the seeds to germinate. Last year I got the seeds to germinate, and then I was somewhat successful at growing them, but I'm going to keep trying. I think this year might be the year that I get it right. And I know there's a lot of other people that have had issues getting China Aster seeds to germinate, so let me tell you what I've learned. Number one, I think it's really important to use fresh seeds. I don't think that they have a very long viability. Since I've had bad luck in the past getting these to germinate, I highly overseeded these cells, and I think almost all the seeds that I planted came up. These germinated in my house in this tray. The temperature inside my house is usually about 68 degrees, so they seem to do really well with that temperature. I'm sure they might germinate in other temperatures as well, but I just want to be sure to share with you what has worked for me. With any seeds, you want to keep them lightly moistened while they're germinating. I buried the seeds just right below the soil surface, and I've had really good luck this time, so we'll see how it goes with these. These are lavatera. They're in the mallow family. They're related to hollyhocks, rose of Sharon, hibiscus, and even okra. Ideally, these are best direct sown. They really don't like being transplanted and having their roots messed with. That's why I planted them in these big cups so I could transplant them as gently as possible. I've got a few different varieties here. This one is Silver Cup. Over here I have Pink Regis. And then I have a random mix that I got in a seed trade over on this side. These are just cucumbers. Ignore them for this video. And this one back here is a Zabrina French hollyhock. I grew them a couple of years ago, and they do bloom the first year from seed, unlike regular hollyhocks. There's a mix of stuff growing in this tray. This one is Cinderella Peach Zinnia. This is one of the scabiosa flowered type zinnias. My scabiosa zinnias hardly ever make scabiosa flowers, so we'll see how that goes. Last year I grew Cinderella Lilac, and I also grew a mix of scabiosa flowered zinnias, and only one of my zinnia plants produced scabiosa flowers. Back here I have some marigolds. This one is Ground Control, a couple of nasturtiums. These are Apricot Lemonade Cosmos. Last year I grew some Cosmos that were plain yellow. I think the variety was called Lemonade. I think these are somewhat similar, but they have a little bit more color mixed in with that yellow. And I don't have any planted in these trays, but if I find the space, I want to plant some Psych Mix Cosmos. Of all the Cosmos I've grown, those are really just the prettiest ones. The only issue I had with the Psych Mix Cosmos is some of them were taller than me. I'm 5'9". I had to stake a few of them like they were sunflowers because they were falling all over the place. But the flowers themselves were just absolutely beautiful. And a quick little tip, if you've tried to grow cosmos but you never get them to flower, there's a good chance that you're giving your cosmos too much love. Cosmos do well if you plant them in the crappiest soil that you have in your yard. and just let them go. They do great in my clay soil. There's no need to fertilize them or anything like that, and they should bloom and grow beautifully for you. These are teddy bear sunflowers, and these are the cutest, most adorable sunflowers I've ever grown. I love them so much. They only get 3 or 4 foot tall. They branch out, so each plant will make a few different sunflower heads for you. I highly recommend them, and another good thing about them is you don't have to worry about them getting super tall and getting blown over by the wind. This is Durango Bee Marigold and some more nasturtiums, and back here I have Terra Rudbeckia. And that's all for this video. Hopefully I'll be able to get this stuff planted in the ground really soon. We've had a really uncooperative spring so far. It has been way colder than usual, which is pretty weird because we actually had a fairly warm winter, but April has just been way cooler than it should be. So far, May has been way cooler than it should be, but starting tomorrow, starting tomorrow, it's supposed to be pretty much warm from here on out. So hopefully I'll be able to get this stuff planted and get my vegetables planted maybe this weekend. Let me know which annual flowers you're growing from seed this year, and also let me know which ones you picked up at the nursery. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.